Manafort is being investigated for his ties to foreign governments and the money that he's been paid by these foreign governments, including Turkey and Russia. And so, interestingly enough, there was a report today indicating that the FBI conducted what's known as a pre-dawn raid, a no-knock raid of his home in late July. So federal agents appeared at Paul Manafort's home without advance warning in the pre-dawn hours of July 26th, the day after he met voluntarily with the staff for the Senate Intelligence Committee. Real quick, what's interesting is that Manafort's team is saying that he's been cooperating, there's no reason for them to do this raid. He has given them all the documentation that they have asked for. But the only time that these types of raids usually happen is when the person being investigated refuses to cooperate. So look, I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. Manafort could be telling the truth, or it could be that he's not cooperating, or investigators feel as though he's not being completely honest with them.
It could also mean one other thing, which is that one, they're not sure. They think he might be cooperating, but they're investigating him for serious crimes, so they're not going to take his word for it. But secondarily, it could also be a signal to him. Don't, as Washington Post put it, don't expect gentle treatment. So we're not kidding around. You are going to go to jail, and if we catch you, etc. And you might also, he might have deleted some of the documents if he. I don't think he's stupid enough to have kept them on his home computer. That would be monstrously stupid. Yes, he worked for Trump, but he's not Trump. Nobody's that dumb, right? So, but even if you wiped him away, we got some pretty good IT guys in the federal government, and they might be able to find them anyway in your hard drive. And so it's kind of a warning shot to him, you better cooperate. Not necessarily about your case, but about the other case. There's also another implication that his team is worried about, and I think that it's warranted. So they're concerned that these investigators are attempting to make things so difficult for Manafort, and they're trying really hard to find as much dirt on him as possible to kind of use against him as leverage so he can maybe disclose some of the financial ties that members of the Trump administration have, or Trump himself has, with the Russian government. So this is prosecution 101. Now, so if they find that Manafort did something wrong, even if it's not connected to the Trump campaign that he was a part of, and remember, he was Trump's campaign manager. He was a huge part of the Trump campaign. Well, first of all, they found evidence of a crime. They're not going to cover that up. Second of all, that is exactly how you get people to flip. So they go, now look, Paul, you're facing 20 to life. Now you could go in that direction. Have at it, Hoss. Or you could give us evidence on another case that we're working on. Oh, that happens to be the connections of Russia and Trump. Now, if he doesn't have any evidence to give, then he won't have any evidence to give anyway. And if he didn't commit a crime, I mean, this is conservative 101, right? Well, if he didn't commit a crime, he's got nothing to hide. So there should be no problem at all. And by the way, this is not done in any kind of untoward way. They did it exactly the right way you're supposed to under our system. They got a warrant, they went to a court, they had an independent judicial body say, yes, you have enough evidence to go execute that warrant and get further evidence on Manafort, which already means he's in some degree of trouble. Right. And honestly, that's extremely important for me. I know people might have different opinions on doing it the right way with the warrant, but regardless of someone's political motivations, or regardless of how bad Manafort's ties to foreign governments might be, I want to go through the process the legal way. I want to make sure they get the proper warrants. I want to make sure that justice is served, and justice means that we do go through the right channels, the legal channels, in order to prosecute someone fairly. I studied law. I am technically a lawyer. Obviously, I'm not a practicing one. But back when I was in law school, I also interned for a couple of prosecutors' office. But you don't need any of that. You just turn on the TV, watch any of the crime shows. It's all over there. So for the people who are like, well, that's not right. They shouldn't be investigating other crimes, and they shouldn't use one crime as leverage to get information on another crime. You don't know anything about prosecution if you're saying that. Of course, that's exactly what you do as a prosecutor. If you got a low-level drug dealer, you get him on, not necessarily, you could get him on drug dealing, or you might get him on stealing a car or anything else, and then you go now turn in the actual higher level drug dealer. Prosecution 101. But that it implies that there is actually something to prosecute, and you don't know that until he actually turns in the evidence. So let them go through their process, do it the right way. Of course, get a warrant. Nobody's interested in doing anything that isn't the American way and the right way to do it with checks and balances. And at the end, let's see what they got. Watch the Young Turks commercial-free, download it or stream it, watch it any way you like at tytnetwork.com/join.